Deep within the mystical realm of Fairytopia, nestled between enchanted rivers and shimmering mountains, lay the enchanting village of Sparkleville. This was no ordinary village. For here magic wasn't just a whisper, it was a melody that danced on the wind, a melody that echoed in the rustling leaves and shimmered in the dewdrops on the flowers. And in the heart of this magical village lived a young fairy named Lila. Her laughter was as melodious as the morning chime, and her heart was as pure and radiant as the first star to appear in the twilight sky. Lila was known throughout Sparkleville for her kindness and cheerfulness. She was the village's ray of sunshine, always ready with a helping hand or a kind word for everyone. But more importantly, Lila was the keeper of the wand, a magical artifact that pulsated with the essence of the village's joy. Every morning when Lila awoke, she would twirl the wand, and as she did, Sparkleville would awaken bathed in the soft glow of happiness. The flowers would open their velvety faces to the sun, the birds would burst into song, and the villagers would begin their day with smiles as bright as the wand's shimmering light. However, one morning when the sun peeked shyly through the clouds, Lila woke up to an empty space beside her bed. A gasp escaped her lips. Where was the wand? She searched everywhere under the moss-covered pillows, behind the books with their leather spines whispering secrets, and even inside her favorite teacups, each one holding a memory of laughter and warmth. But the wand was nowhere to be found. Fear, cold and prickly, began to creep into Lila's heart. What if the wand had been stolen? What would happen to Sparkleville without its magic? As the minutes ticked by, the sky above the village, usually a canvas of endless blue, took on a somber gray hue. The flowers drooping their heads, as if sharing in their mistress's sorrow, and the birds fell silent, their cheerful songs replaced by anxious whispers. Determined to find the wand, Lila stepped out of her cottage. A worried breeze brushed against her face, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and fallen leaves. "Have you seen the wand?" Lila asked, her voice trembling slightly. The breeze rustled subtly through the trees. "I heard the whispers in the night, but where the wand has gone, I don't know." My dear, taking a deep breath, Lila knew she couldn't wait any longer. She had to find the wand, and fast, so she set off into the woods, her heart pounding like a drum solo in a distant land. As Lila ventured deeper into the whispering woods, the trees seemed to close in around her, their branches forming a leafy roof overhead. Suddenly, the trees began to speak, their voices like the rustling of ancient pages. "Speak, little fairy, and ask your query, but heed well the words we say, for riddles we weave and twist your fate may be." Lila, though nervous, stood tall. "Oh, wise trees, I seek the wand, its whereabouts I long to know. Can you help me find it?" The trees rustled among themselves, their voices a chorus of whispers. "To find the wand's hiding place, seek the creature with glowing eyes. Who knows where the wand lies?" The trees fell silent, leaving Lila alone with their cryptic message. Glowing eyes? Who could they be talking about? Confused, Lila continued her journey deeper into the forest, her determination growing with each step. After what felt like hours, she emerged into a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. And there before her sat a small yet sturdy cottage, its windows sparkling like stars in the daytime sky. As Lila approached cautiously, she heard a low humming sound coming from inside. It was a sound that seemed both familiar and strange, like a half-remembered dream. Hesitantly, she knocked on the door, and in a moment that felt like an eternity, the door creaked open. Standing in the doorway was a gnome, his eyes twinkling with mirth. He was dressed in clothes made of woven vines, and a pointed hat sat jauntily on his head. But what truly caught Lila's attention were the mischievous sparks that danced around his glowing green eyes. This, Lila realized with a start, must be Grumble, the gnome of the Whispering Woods, known for his love of riddles and pranks. Well, if it isn't the little fairy with the troubled air," Grumble said, his voice a rumbling echo. "What brings you to my humble abode?" Lila, taking a deep breath, began to explain about the lost wand and how she was trying to retrieve it. Grumble listened patiently, a playful smile dancing on his lips. When Lila finished, he let out a hearty chuckle. "So you want the wand back, eh? Well, that won't be a problem. I just need you to answer a few riddles correctly, and you can have it back in no time. Lila, desperate to recover the wand and restore happiness to Sparkleville, readily agreed. And so the gnome led Lila inside his cottage, where a table lay set with an assortment of peculiar objects. First, Grumble presented Lila with a small wooden box adorned with carvings of twisting vines. "Open this box, little fairy, and you shall find your first clue." As Lila lifted the lid, a puff of fragrant smoke filled the air, coalescing into a riddle. "I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?" Lila pondered the riddle, turning it over in her mind. I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. Are you a map?" she ventured. Grumble nodded, impressed. "Indeed, you are correct." "Very well, here is your next clue." He handed Lila a small vial filled with a swirling, shimmering liquid. "Drink this potion, and it shall lead you to your next challenge." Though hesitant, Lila trusted she had no other choice. She closed her eyes and drank the potion, which tasted surprisingly sweet, like nectar gathered from the rarest of flowers. As the last drop slid down her throat, she felt a surge of energy, and the world around her dissolved into a dizzying array of colors and sensations. When she could see again, Lila found herself in a lush meadow filled with flowers of every imaginable hue. In the center stood a large oak tree, its branches heavy with age and wisdom. "The tree of knowledge," Grumble's voice echoed in her ears. "Ask it a question, and it shall guide you further." Lila, with renewed determination, approached the ancient tree. "Oh, wise tree, I seek the wand. Can you help me find its resting place?" The tree rustled its leaves, and Lila felt a gentle breeze upon her face. "To find the wand, you must seek the place where laughter rings, where joy takes flight, and happiness ever sings." With these cryptic words, the tree's guidance ended. Lila, feeling both frustrated and determined, decided to return to Sparkleville. Perhaps Grumble's final riddle would lead her to the very place she needed to be. Back in the cottage, Grumble was waiting with a playful grin. "So, how many riddles do I owe you?" Lila explained about the tree's clue, and Grumble nodded knowingly. "Ah, yes, the tree of knowledge, it has spoken." "Very well, your final riddle." He handed her a small acorn that seemed to glow with an inner light. "Plant this acorn, little fairy, and where it sprouts, your quest will end." Lila, her heart pounding with anticipation, hurried to plant the acorn in the ground. As she patted the soil around it, she whispered a silent prayer that it would lead her to the wand. The next morning, Lila awoke with a start. She raced to the window and gasped. The acorn had sprouted into a magnificent oak sapling, its branches reaching towards the sky with joyous abandon. And at the base of the tree, nestled in a bed of soft moss, lay the familiar object of her search, the wand. Overjoyed, Lila rushed to the tree, scooped up the wand, and held it high. As she twirled it, the world around her exploded into a kaleidoscope of color and light. The sky transformed into a canvas of brilliant blue, dotted with fluffy white clouds. The flowers lifted their heads in silent applause, and the birds sang their sweetest songs in celebration. Lila, with a heart full of gratitude and the wand held high, returned to Sparkleville, where she twirled it once more, bathing the village in the warm glow of happiness. And so, thanks to Lila's bravery, kindness, and quick wit, Sparkleville was once again filled with the magic of joy. As for the gnome, Grumble, he disappeared into the whispering woods, leaving behind only the echo of his laughter and the faint scent of mossy earth and pipeweed. The people of Sparkleville learned that day that magic isn't just about wands and spells, it's about the courage to face the unknown, the kindness to help others, and the unwavering belief in the goodness of their hearts. Lila, the keeper of the wand, continued to watch over Sparkleville, ensuring that the melody of magic would forever resonate through the village, reminding them that as long as they held on to hope and love, they would always find their way back to the light. If you enjoyed this enchanting adventure with Lila and the wondrous tale of Sparkleville, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends and family. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest stories. Thank you for joining us on this magical journey, and until next time, keep believing in the magic all around you.